What is going on, guys? This is the Angry Gamer here and bringing you some Dragon Age 3 news. That's right, this is the news section for the channel, and the first thing we're going to be doing is Dragon Age 3 because I am so looking forward to this game. So what I'll do is I've got a few notes here and I'll go over the notes and then give my opinion on them, what I'm most looking forward for Dragon Age 3. So we'll get straight into it. Dragon Age 3 Inquisition is heading to next generation consoles. Well, we kind of already knew that, didn't we, because they were saying a late 2013 launch for this game. But according to the LinkedIn resume of EA Shanghai level designer Teo Zhu, the scope of Dragon Age 3 has changed. Right, okay. And it will now target next generation platform and will be postponed to 2014. Right, okay, so it's going to be a next generation launch anyway. We knew that, so I don't know why they're now coming out and saying we're postponing it for next generation consoles, because we know kind of that they're going to be coming out late 13 anyway. Anyway, if they're postponing the game for 2014, that can only benefit the game in general because they're spending longer on it, perfecting it. Sorry about that. So in my eyes, that's only a benefit for the game, as long as they're actually, you know, producing that game and they're not going off doing other things. The next little note that I have on here is BioWare has revealed that the first details of Dragon Age 3 Inquisition during a panel at the Edmonton Comic and Entertainment Expo. Developers revealed that the fantasy RPG sequel will once again start a human hero. Okay, that's fair enough. This time with varied backgrounds, setting the stage for direction of their story. Creative director Mike Laidlaw followed up on Twitter stating that other playable races are possible for future Dragon Age games. So basically what this means is they're going to be sticking to what they did for Dragon Age 2 and just have one human character. The backgrounds for these characters are more than likely peasant, noble, and fucking hierarchy. So you choose one, because let's face it, they have to do that, don't they? Because if they don't do that, there's no more storyline for different characters, and that's what I think Dragon Age was special about, because you had a human character. You could be basically a nobody, a middle person, and then someone who's really respected and rich. And I thought that was a really good follow-up for Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Origins in general. So, yeah, okay, just having human characters though, I don't know. I kind of like being an elf or a dwarf or something. Because in Dragon Age Origins, it was wicked being a little dwarf. So I don't know if that's going to affect the game much. But if they're saying that it's possible in future Dragon Age games, they're definitely not doing it for this one. So the next note I have: Inquisition aims to be BioWare's biggest Dragon Age yet, with bigger customization than Dragon Age Origins, including options for your followers. It's about goddamn time, because let's face it, I wanted to have my followers in the best gear I could, and yet the gear they had at the start of the game was more than likely the best anyway, which really pissed me off, because I couldn't customize them the way I wanted, so that means I didn't want to play with them. Dragon Age 2, I think I played the whole game on my own, except I had the little blonde dwarf because he was funny, and that was it. So Laidlaw confirmed on the panel that players will gain control of an entire castle. Holy shit! I mean, the Inquisition base story I think is going to be really cool. I think I will have the picture of the castle following other screenshots, and it just looks brilliant. I mean, the way they're saying that you take control of the castle and the customization for the castle is just unbelievable. I really cannot wait for that. So, as seen in the initial concept art, there you go, revealing the new visual direction for Dragon Age 3, the BioWare panel also reminded attendees that series writer David Gaider will return to pen Inquisition. That's only a benefit for the Dragon Age series because he's really good. And that one level of Dragon Age 3 exceeds the size of all of Dragon Age 2's stages. So only one level of Dragon Age 3 exceeds the whole of Dragon Age 2 series. I think they're taking into consideration what we're saying, because I think a lot of people were disappointed in Dragon Age 2 in general, because the game was so small. It was really disappointing coming off Dragon Age Origins because Dragon Age Origins for me was the ultimate RPG. The DLC for it was fucking amazing. I mean, the length and the detail they put in the DLC was brilliant. Dragon Age 2, I don't even think I actually did. I got the first DLC and then I didn't buy any more because the first one was just shit. For Dragon Age 2, that is. So BioWare is currently investigating new ways to carry choices from past games into Dragon Age 3 without directly transferring save data as well. So that's a good benefit. I mean, with the likes of me, I've just got a PS3. I'm going to be getting Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 again to play through them, so I can get the story that I want to get. Because Dragon Age Origins to Dragon Age 2, your save data obviously went on to Dragon Age 2, and then it interfered with that game doing storylines and shit, which I thought, again, was brilliant. The next note, Inquisition has spent the most time incubating in pre-production of all of BioWare's games, and it begins production shortly. It will be first BioWare game to run the Frostbite 2 engine. Now, if you don't know what the Frostbite 2 engine is, it's the game for Battlefield 3, that's the engine that it's using. So the visual effects that you see with the buildings collapsing if you shoot a fucking RPG into them, it does look brilliant. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Frostbite 2 engine. I think it is brilliant, cool, visually it is, again, I'm using this word loads, amazing, and that can only help Dragon Age 3 for being on that engine. And it says here that the Dragon Age 3 will be released in fall 2013. That's what they originally said, but going back to the first one, it's now being delayed until 2014. Okay, and the last note I have is Laidlaw not so subtly suggested Flemeth will be back, but perhaps alongside past Dragon Age protagonists. So could we see the likes of the first cult that you were in? I've actually had a mind blank and can't think of what the Wardens, that's it. Hey, got there in the end. The Wardens, can we see them in Dragon Age 3 coming back in a little side story? Or the likes of Flemeth being in the game? I mean, to be honest, she is the main character. She has to be in it, in my opinion. I mean, you guys might not like her, but I think she's brilliant, and she needs to be in Dragon Age 3 because she puts on the side of the game that's kind of dark and mysterious, and I think she's a really cool character. So that's it from me so far. That's all the Dragon Age 3 news that I have at the moment, but please leave a like on this video if you like the video, of course. Leave a few comments on the video itself. Tell me what you want to see in the next Dragon Age 3 game. Tell me if the information was obviously okay for you guys. You know, this is the first time I've done it, so yeah. And if you want to see more Dragon Age 3 news when I get it, please subscribe to the channel. I will be scouring the internet, so you don't have to. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you all later. Cheers.